have a referendum, and if the mayor wants to do his job properly, he has a referendum in the fall. Not the number, people are occupied. You people have the right to decide. Not 6 people sitting around the council and the mayor. They're not doing it. I don't care, you read, well, some of those people don't deserve to sign the petition, this and that. That's neither here nor there. There's thousands of names on that petition. And those thousands are the taxpayers of Powell River, which make this part. And what really bothers me, and I'm in a conflict, because this building sits right here. This is why I came to Powell River. Where I grew up, South Porcupine, Ontario, 10 people from my hometown came and played hockey in here. The first one was George White. I don't know if the old timers remember him. Then there was a guy called Frankie Butler who didn't stay here that long. Then Dougie Lesser, bless his soul, Barry Lang, and Marcel Plouffe, who now lives in Port Alberni. Then my brother and George Chambers came. And I got suspended in the Eastern League, and I ended up here. And then Desi Lever, Donnie Lever played for the Canucks. His brother played and played. And so did McLean. Andy McCallum. There's lots of people who came to this town because of this place. This place should be the workers' park. Because those people in the mill left work, came and built this building. This is the only community project in this whole town with this old arena. I've worked on community projects, but nothing like this one. This was a community project. Old, what's his name up here, Muir. He used to go and get nails and screws from them. Guys would go in the mill and get anything they needed, you know? And you know, welders should have been in the mill, we're here. And then I wasn't born here, but I know all of that because I dug up the history. And this place should represent them and respect them. You know, this is the only fault I have against this community. Where I grew up, they respected people that made what it is. And we shouldn't turn our back on them. But get back to the library, you people have the right to vote on it. End this. And council has the authority to do it. They got elected to represent you, let them represent you as individuals. All their business is done in the back room, it should be in the front room. You know? And that's, you know, and that has to be. And the same as, I don't like people forming up businesses because they won't let you put their petitions there. That is their privilege. You know what I mean? That's their privilege because they got to survive. They don't want to upset people. But council who are paying people that work for the school, for the library, and they're auxiliary people, that's BS. That does not represent our tax dollars properly. And the proper way is there should be a vote. And the vote is by you people, nobody else. And you know, an amazing thing about this is council may think they can spend money, but the regional district can't. They will have to have a referendum because they have letters of patent and they can only spend so much money, and they'll have to get the people's assent for them to do so. And that's what council's got to do. Council's got to start representing you. Not everybody in council. I see a couple of councilors here, and that's great because they respect you. The others don't. You know, always laughing, it's maybe not nice why I'm going to say it. People kiss your butt to get elected, or once they're in, they kick it. And this is a prime example of it. So you people are the ones that can make this happen because you can demand a referendum. You know what, if they go ahead and borrow money, we still got it because we can demand a recall. Counter petition. Because they've done it on the harbor and they can do it again. And if council wants to waste money, then it's a joke. You know, it's a funny thing is that they spent all this money and they've never went to pre-tender. And that's how you're going to find out how much a building costs. You know, I was the counselor who fought to build a new police station. And there were certain counselors didn't want it built. So they said, when I left the room, I was so mad because I got a temper, and I'm going to be honest. You know, and I expressed it in open council and in the back room because I work with passion. And so they said, okay, let him go to referendum, he'll lose. I got 87% approval to build a police station. The quantity of surveyors said it was going to be about just under 2 million. I remember getting mad. I said, no, it's not. You're looking about 2.5. No. And the council said, well, they know. I said, no, they don't know. So we went to tender, and it came in just under $2.5 million. I didn't short-term borrow. I went back and asked the people. We got 87% approval first time. We got 83% the second time. But the people had the right to make that decision whether they built it or they didn't. And so this library said they're going to be built for 9.5. I'll tell you, it's going to be over $12 million. 12 million. And I made a living estimating my jobs. You know, and so you don't go down the screw meth and blow near the gauge. Your estimate better be right. And so it's up to you people to demand it. Because it's your money they're playing with. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Peter Crawford. Dino Charniello wants to say a few words. Dino, come on up.
Hi there. It was kind of windy this morning, but it's calmed down here now. Up close, there we are. Anyhow, I personally got involved in this going over 2 years ago when they first wanted to put condos up here and change this, the bylaws to the rezoning. There was a bunch of kids went around and got petitions. They were all at City Hall, lots of people speaking. I made a speech that night because my wife and sister-in-law said that they were going to tie themselves to a tree down here if they build, and they look after me pretty well, so I had to look after them. They turned down that bylaw that's going to stay into a parkland, and right after that they turned around and said it was a good spot for the library, but they never went to the people. I personally have made 3 speeches to council, cannot get them to make a motion one way or the other. All I want is this land to stay in parkland. When they first put that proposal in to put condos here, they had a big jazz at the complex, and they showed all these nice pictures of other towns. They said, we got to do what Nanaimo did. Look at the waterfront in Nanaimo. Well, I don't know how many of you people have ever gone to Nanaimo. I did. I deliberately went there to have a look. The old arena site in Nanaimo is gorgeous. There's 3 hours free parking, park benches, trees, no commercial buildings, no libraries, no nothing. It's the heart of their waterfront. And this is what this should be, the heart of our waterfront. We have fought and fought. All I want is a democratic right to vote, to say yes or nay. I am sick and tired. Every time we put a sign up, somebody takes it down. And yet we get a letter saying that we're out of compliance, or maybe out of compliance. We've got a Millennium Park over here that I know a lot of you people have put money into it. It wouldn't be nothing without this to start it. And if they would have told me that we're going to have the Millennium Park and sell this, I wouldn't have given them a nickel for that part of the land. This has an historic site. We have people that have worked their butts to build this, and I know a lot of people are getting on, and I'm one of them, but the younger generation still has a soft spot for this piece of property, because every time they do something, people like you are up. There's 5,000, 4,500 names are growing. That should be an indication to council. At least they could do is have a referendum and give us a vote. Thank you.
Thanks, Dino. Well said. Okay, we're going to just apply in a second. I'm here because I too support or don't support a new library on this site. Unlike Dino, I'm part of the New Guard. I'm not wearing the St. Willingdon Beach. I was the one that started the whole thing about the condominiums down here. I'm sorry, I'll take your booze. I will take them. I'm responsible. I'm standing in front of you telling you I'm responsible. So you can look at me and say, bad guy. I think we need to pay for some of the stuff that we've got in our community. I saw this as one way of paying for it. I underestimated the people of Powell River and what their wishes are. I can tell you that right now. With the number of signatures that are on that wall, they're not necessarily all opposed to the library. They're not necessarily all opposed to another site somewhere else for the library. But the voice is clear. They certainly don't want this property redeveloped that way. And I respect that. Cleve would like to say a few words. He's one of the organizers of today and has spent a lot of time down here getting those 5,045 signatures. So, Cleve, come on up and say a few words.
I'll keep it short. First, I want to thank Maggie and Myrna for coming here today. Two councillors that actually get it. And they're willing to stand up for everybody here and everybody who's signed the petition. And thanks to Dan and Dino and Beaver. Beaver, where are you? You are awesome. I want this guy to run again. I just want to thank everybody for coming today. Lots of familiar faces. I know in the past, twice at the complex, I couldn't believe the people that came out to support us. One night at City Hall, when we all got locked out because of a sneaky little trick, I guess you would call it. But it's been awesome, the support that we get everywhere we go. At the mall, everywhere where we've been kicked out, we can find somewhere else to get signatures on the petition. We've been down here in Willingdon Beach, and anywhere where I can park my petition mobile. And it's a testament to the people of Powell River, untouched. Thank you.
So that'll wrap up the speech portion, unless anybody else has anything to say. Memory lane, anybody? Fred McLeod, about 110 years old now.
Not quite, but I came here from the Nanaimo in 1954, August.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was employed in the mill immediately because I was a bagpiper, and I'm not just full of wind. But I would like to tell you that my first job was the mill. My second job, Bob Muir said to me, "Are you a curler?" And I said, "Yes." He says, "You do anything in that arena for me, and I'll give you anything you want." And we set up housekeeping on that basis. And I just love Powell River.
Thanks, Fred. Anybody else? Sorry. Okay, well, we're going to put some more music on. We encourage you to hang around, have something to eat, something to drink, throw a few bucks in the bucket if you got it, and sign the petition if you haven't done it. I'm sure you all have. So thank you very much for coming out today, folks.